is pulsing through me.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. I've risked far too much to get here.
Alright then. I won't hold back. Show me what you got, kid!
What do you get when you have the stealth of Metal Gear Solid plus the fighting of Sifu and a roguelike and extraction game? You get Raw Metal! This game is a stealth beat 'em up. Yes, a stealth game where you just beat the shit out of other people. Yes, fucking awesome. Hell yeah! Stealth kind of plays like an old school over-the-top MGS game. You have a variety of different tools you can use to your advantage. For example, you have the noisemakers to lure enemies away, have the electromagnet to trap enemies, the terror module to send guards to another fucking place, and my personal favorite, the taser. Oh my god, the taser! This thing will definitely be your most used gadget, whether for sneaking around, shooting cameras and lights, to just using them during fights. Staying in dark areas are a very key thing, since you can get the jump on a guard or to hide when you accidentally alert the whole base. That's the thing about the stealth in this game. You don't instantly take down a guard, you actually enter into combat with them instead of the usual one-shot takedown like most stealth games usually do. Think of it like Persona 5, when you get the jump on a guard to gain the advantage, making the guard's health be significantly lower, making the fight easier, but you do need to be careful when attacking guards because you never know when there is multiple guards in the room. Therefore, you gotta plan out how you're gonna do things, before you get into a fight with 2 guards. It can be a struggle. And if you get into a room with 4 or even 5 guards and you have no gadgets at all with you, bro, well man, you better be fighting like the 3rd monkey on Noah's Ark, man. And brother, it's starting to rain. One thing I really love about the game too is whenever you sneak attack a guard, sometimes your character just straight up fucking suplex that guy. Like, goddamn, like fucking WWE, yeah! Now, combat, you got your standard-of-the-mill punches, your kicks, your slide, your launch-ups, and my personal favorite thing to do is running and hitting them with a good old punch charge. Yeah. Combat, there are 2 important things. It's how you do your combos, and second, the guard's health regen mechanic. Yeah, you can hear me right. Guards can regen health during the fights, and the best way to slow down their health regen is by pinning them to the wall and start beating the shit out of them like Batman from Arkham City. But if you keep using your fist and not mixing it up, eventually the guards will start to catch on to the player and will start blocking your punches and therefore giving you an opportunity for them to parry your attacks. Yeah, ooh, you gotta think like a smart monkey. Ooh. I almost forgot to talk about this, but during combat, if you turn off the lights in the room, the enemies won't see you at all and you'll just be completely invisible. Therefore, you're able to like beat the shit out of them and it'll be, harder for them to find you and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, wow. I almost forgot that. Wow. Now, the best way to make sure that guards do not parry or block your attacks is by mixing it up a bit, throw some punches, throw some kicks, throw some slides, throw some launches, and of course even the gadgets can also help during combat, making things a whole lot easier for yourself. Not only can the enemy can parry, but you can parry. Yeah, you can parry, little monkey. Yeah, you can parry and dodge are just as important. Parrying is a bit risky, but it gives you enough time to put the pressure on a guard to stop their health regen, while dodging is a lot more safer, but it's a lot more safer thing to do, but you don't get the advantage of putting on the pressure like you do when you're parrying. So you gotta, pick your poison. Yeah, you want to live or do you want to die? It's up to you. Hey, it's up to you. Hey, Mama Maria's. Hey. Overall, the combat does take some time to get used to. You will definitely die a lot, especially if you never played a game like this. You will die a lot, bro. I died so many fucking times in this game. I was like, there's even got to a point where I was thinking about quitting playing this fucking game because I got so mad. But I ain't no wuss, bro. I game like crazy. You know, when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. You know, I'ma beat this fucking game. Yeah. It is like what my friend, the Raging Muslim, once said.
It's hard being watched. To be goated, you must have been watched at one point. It's tragic. It's tragic. It's a tear to my eye. It brings a tear to my eye.
To be goated, you must have been washed at one point. That's an Elite Ball reference. Subscribe to so you can understand our Elite Ball reference. So basically, with every death, you do learn, and you start to get better, and start to develop the best strategies, and the best combos to do. And overall, you will get rewarded for when you start getting good, and once you start learning. You know, what did you do wrong? What can you improve? And that's the big thing about this game. Is when you get fucked up, you will learn. You'll be like, okay, what did I fuck up on? All right, let's run that shit back. I know what to do. You must think and be smart. And once you are smart, you can overcome anything. And that's just not even just accounting for fucking video games. That's just accounting for fucking life in general, bro. So just don't even give up. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't give up, bro. I believe in you, bro. Now, let's talk about the gadgets. As I said and talked about a little bit before, you got the taser, the noisemaker, the tear module, and the electromagnet. I also forgot to mention the concussion grenade too. Now, I did already kind of explain the tear module, the taser, and the noisemaker, but let me talk a little bit about the electromagnet and the concussion grenade. Now, the electromagnet, it can be very helpful with a lot of different things. You can use it to trap a guard and run past them. You can also drop it while you're getting chased by guards, giving you a brief moment to hide during the alert status. And during combat, if you're getting into a room with multiple guards, you can just throw a magnet down and have a guard trigger it and having him trapped, giving you a good time to focus on one guard before you deal with the other one that's trapped with the electromagnet. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Wow. The concussion grenade, you know, it mainly just pushes enemies back and stuns them for a little bit during combat. So yeah, I love using this thing, you know, because it gives you a little chance to, you know, have a guard pin. You can go crazy on them like Batman Arkham, you know, City style and whatnot. But yeah, I like the concussion grenade, and I'm gonna give you concussion if you don't like this fucking video right now, dude. Comment below, or else you're gonna get a fucking concussion right now. Yeah. Now, as you're going through the different levels, you'll get different loot such as armor, and you'll get Grimite, the currency you would use to exchange gear or to repair and upgrade any other gear that you have gotten throughout the levels. You also got your vending machines to gamble on. You can exchange your gear for better loot or for worse loot, because honestly, it's a fucking gamble using these fucking vending machines, dog. Like, oh my god. Then you have the contraband. Now, normally during your runs, if you die, all the armor you had on will go to the contraband, so you can go get it back. Yeah, it's a little, you know, it's a little nice. You know, it's like a little lost and found thing from Infinite Warfare Zombies. Yeah. No one's fucking played that game before, huh? But sometimes there's a chance your armor you lost will be broken, and the only way to fix it up is by using the Forge. The Forge, some piece of gear have more upgrades than others. You can replenish your gear's armor here as well, and you can scrap up useless gear for some more Grimite. Yeah, give me Grimite. I love my Grimite. Another thing about looting, you have to be very cautious with the amount of gadgets and gear you have, since you do have a weight limit, and not only will it affect your movement speed, but will impact your attack speed. What? As well, making fights a bit more difficult, especially with multiple guards. May God bless your soul. Every time you want to start a run, you can choose what sub-layer as long as you have unlocked that area before, and can take whatever gear you gained from the past. So you can make some really crazy fucking builds with them. It's pretty crazy, you know, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Another thing about this game, every piece and armor you get looks so fucking cool. Like, every piece looks so sick and unique, and sometimes your character can look pretty fucking badass. Like, sometimes it can look like whatever this is, but look at them J's though. Hey! Every gear piece has new benefits, such as tasers being more common from loot sources, more luck with finding higher tier loot, and my personal favorite, the shades. Enemies aggro way more easier, but I don't really care about it. I just like wearing the shades because, you know, it makes my character look cool along with the jades and the fucking gold suit. Yeah, look at me. Yeah, I'm fucking balling out over here, bro. And if you do have a lot of stuff on you and don't want to scrap it, you can always extract out of there and take all your gear back out to the hideout. You know, it's a little safe. You know, it's a little safe. You know, you're kind of like, you know, kind of a wuss, you know, if you're gonna extract, you know. Like me, like, I take all that shit down. Hell yeah! Cool little aura bonus. I like how the music amps up the more gear you put on. You know, it makes you feel really, really cool. Now let's talk about the enemies. Now you got 4 different types of enemies. You got the plain old normal guard. You know, they don't really do anything. They're just, you know, they're just there. They just look normal, you know, nothing special, you know. Yeah, you also got the taser guard. What does the taser guard do? He shoots tasers. What? It's crazy. It's crazy. He shoots tasers. Because, you know, if you get spotted and you're running away, the taser guard can actually shoot you still. So, and you know, if he shoots you, he can run up to you, bah! Fucking beat the shit out of you and start, you know, beating the shit out of you during combat. And he can also shoot the taser at you during combat. You know, one thing I like to do against these guys is, you know, right when they're about to, you know, shoot their taser at me, I run in there, hit him with a good old slide. Ooh, yeah. Next up, you got the radar guards. What? When you're sneaking around, these guys can be pretty annoying since they can pick you up in their radar, you know, area cone. They'll immediately head to your location, alerting nearby guards. And honestly, he functions as a normal guard during combat, so nothing too much. You know, he can be dealt with pretty easily and stuff. You know. Then you got the elite guards. Now these guys, you know, they're pretty buff. They're pretty tanky guys. And honestly, sometimes I'm fighting these guys and I'm like, okay, how come this guy isn't dead already? But honestly, the best way you can do is just sneak attack them. Go ahead, start beating the hell out of them. Other than that, you know, being in a room with 2 elites can be kind of annoying though. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap, y'all. I don't want to spoil too much about the bosses, but man, these guys are fun to fight. You will get your asses handed to you. You will definitely have to pay attention and learn everything from the boss mechanics, the timing, and the parry, and the dodges. But once you figure it out and finally beat the boss, you will finally feel like you accomplished. And honestly, you just want to like keep going, you know. You want to keep going down to those levels. Yeah, you want to keep going. Yeah, don't give up. Beat the hell out of them. Yeah. Now, we pretty much talked everything about the game already, but I want to talk about, you know, some cool little bonus things, you know, a lot of cool little extras, you know, why I love this game so much. Like, for an example, the art style of this game is really cool and unique. Every sub-layer looks different and help make the areas look unique and different, honestly. It's really cool, you know, I really like it. The voice acting is honestly pretty good. The characters are honestly pretty interesting. And the main character, I'm not gonna lie, he low-key be aura farming. I'm not gonna lie, like, fucking take a look at him, bro. Like, hell, every time you lose a boss or enter a boss arena, like, he always has some fucking cool ass one-liner. Like, he's pretty fucking cool. Like, take a look at this shit.
You're back. How many times are we gonna have to do this, kid?
As many as it takes.
That's the spirit.
Pretty cool, right? They tell me this thing can power a fleet's worth of tear drives. And all that energy is pulsing through me.
Let's see if it's enough.
You made it. Have a seat. I know how you feel. I felt the same way once. But I've come to learn the nature of humanity. It's kill or be killed.
Enough of your excuses. I'm shutting this down.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. I've risked far too much to get here.
And honestly, the soundtrack in this game is actually metal. Oh my god. The soundtrack, to the person who composed this music, you're actually, I don't even know how you even made this, the soundtrack. It's actually raw and it's actually metal. Like, you deserve amazing things to happen to you, bro. It's fucking peak. It's the music is low-key kind of peak for an indie game. I'm not gonna lie.
I would never cry
Raw metal.
song. Let's be honest. I am a
And I know it didn't really talk that much about the story, but it's pretty interesting. Your character is known as the Scavenger. You're infiltrating a mining company, hiding some abomination at the very bottom, and it's your job to, you know, put the end of the operation while also looking pretty raw and aura farming near the cutscenes, you know. But yeah, it's a really, really cool story, honestly. So that's it. Thank you, Team Crucible, for making this peak of a game with the most raw soundtrack I've ever heard in an indie game as of late. And if there's ever a Raw Metal 2, Team Crucible, please make a full set of taser only armor so I can tase everyone to oblivion. Thank you. Overall, I think everyone needs to give Raw Metal a chance. It's definitely one of the most underrated and raw and metal indie games that was made with passion and creativity from the developers. So what are you doing watching this video? And if you watch this whole thing, you're actually crazy. So get up and go support these guys, because they deserve the hardest work ever, man. I swear, they deserve everything. And thanks for watching the end of this video. I know I haven't uploaded in like 5 months because, you know, I was like in a whole bunch of different arcs, you know. I've been going through a lot of stuff, you know. I know I said in my Sonic video I was locked in for 2025, but that was a lie. But now I'm locked in again. I'm locked in again, you know. So yeah, thanks to the 360 subscribers. You will be remembered. Let's shoot to 380. Let's go to 380. Let's shoot those number types. 380, and you will be remembered. Anyways, time to go back to making another brain rot video.
Bro, gym class, bro. You ever do jumping jacks? My nuts flat. Contest. I'm staring in your eyes, essentially. I'll get this over so I can go back to my goon stash. Guess what? Yo, you could be there. Come on, dude. Pick anyone. I'm washing.